What's up, everybody in Group B? Today you are working on Lesson 4 of M1U2L4. It is Tuesday or day 2 for you at home. Tomorrow is your last day of school this week, and you will be in person one day. If you didn't notice, I moved my desk around again, and that is just so that it's a little bit easier to teach math and eventually growing and changing, and to watch Percy Jackson. But we're not there yet. All right, so today you had to have at least read chapter 15, so you should have read chapter 15 last night. Tonight you will read chapter 16, and we will talk about that moving forward. But it's pretty cool. They were in Colorado, and now they're headed to Las Vegas. You do the entrance ticket by yourself. No big deal. You got it. It's pretty easy to do. You just got to have your book with you and read chapter 14 and use those pages to find evidence. Now let's talk about what evidence is. Evidence is a quote or a retell of the story, okay? So you have to make sure that you either find a quote. Now, what's a good quote? A good quote would be about 1 to 2 sentences. If you're putting in more than 1 or 2 sentences, it is no longer a quote, and you are just directly plagiarizing from the book. So quotes are small, okay? Retelling of the story could also be something that you could do. For example, if I was telling you about how the Cowboys are the best football team in the entire world, I could just tell you about their last game where their quarterback got hurt and then they pulled in their backup quarterback and still ended up winning the game. Or I could show you game film. So if I showed you the film of that game, that would be the equivalent of a quote. I wouldn't show you the whole game. That would be boring and you'd get tired of it and then it wouldn't be very effective. But I could just show you like highlights of the game, maybe 1 or 2 to show you that they're the best team. That would be my quote. If I was just going to retell the story, I could just tell you about how their quarterback got hurt, even though he was like pushing so hard. He's like the best quarterback, like way better than any football players I know, especially that Giano kid. And then he ends up breaking his ankle, and then the next quarterback comes in and he wins the game for them. So retelling the story can work too. All right, moving on. So here's what you are doing today. I can demonstrate understanding of the excerpt of 15, and I can compare and contrast similar themes. So we are comparing and contrasting themes. Remember, a theme is something that's reoccurring throughout the entire story and something that is universally known. So here we go. If we look right here, these are a few of the themes. A mother will put her love for her children in front of every other relationship. Now, that is definitely in Percy Jackson. For example, when Percy Jackson is, see right here where I'm retelling, where Percy Jackson is taking his mom to the beach, or his mom's taking him to the beach, and then the Minotaur attacks. Well, his mom ends up sacrificing her life so that Percy can get ahead and push through into the camp. She dies. That's because a mother will put her love for her children above every other relationship. She also spends a lot of her time living with Gabe. So there's 2 reasons that her mom does it in Percy Jackson. Now, right here it says myths are what we're going to be doing the comparing to. So, in Theseus and the Minotaur, Cronus or Medusa, does a mom ever show her love more than any other relationship? Absolutely. It happens in Cronus when Zeus's mother saves Zeus instead of caring about her husband. So, there's the big one. Those in power will do anything to stay in power. That happens with Zeus in Percy Jackson. He's upset about the lightning bolt being stolen, so he does anything to stay in power. It also happens in Cronus. It also happens in Theseus and the Minotaur, and it also happens in Medusa. Specifically in Medusa, if you realize when Athena turns Medusa into a gorgon or a monster with snake hair, will turn you into stone, she does that because she wants to be in control or in power of her relationship with Poseidon. Those who anger or disobey the gods will be punished. That happens in almost every single one of those. Medusa specifically, Cronus that happens, and Theseus and the Minotaur that happens. So make sure that you are looking through those themes. Now, you're going to pick one of those themes. The easier ones to pick will be on the bottom here. Heroes often receive help. Well, Theseus got help, Zeus got help, and Medusa didn't really get help, but in those 2 you could easily find quote, and Percy gets a lot of help from Grover and from even Ares later in chapter 15 if you read it. And even heroes can make mistakes. That happens all throughout Percy Jackson. That happens in every single one of those myths. So you're going to pick one of those themes up there, and you're going to scroll down. And what you are going to do is you are going to tell me what your theme is. So what is your theme? And then you are going to tell me which myth you chose. Which myth did you choose? And then you are going to decide which one of these, or you're going to find quotes that would prove that, okay? So here, quote A, this is for even heroes can make mistakes. You're going to choose which one would be better, A or B. And then you're going to explain to me why you chose that quote. Same thing here, which one proves this, even heroes can make mistakes, quote A or quote B. Then you are going to compare and contrast them. One similarity, one difference. Then you're going to do it on your own, okay? Which evidence, from which theme, and which evidence from Lightning Thief, which myth. So that's what you're doing today. You should have that done by tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll come in and we'll do lesson 5 together. But you have to do this in order to be successful at 5. All right, thanks so much. See you tomorrow.